George Conway predicts cruel summer for Donald Trump. Trump is facing 4 criminal indictments with a total of 91 charges, all of which he maintains his innocence in, while calling them part of a political witch hunt. Meanwhile, Trump, the frontrunner for the 2024 GOP presidential nomination, awaits an appeals court ruling on whether he has presidential immunity protection in his election interference case in Washington, D.C. The argument, however, is expected to end up in the U.S. Supreme Court. Special counsel Jack Smith has led the Department of Justice (DOJ) investigation, accusing Trump of attempting to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election that led to the U.S. Capitol riot on January 6, 2021. In August 2023, Trump was indicted on 4 counts by the DOJ in relation to the riot. The 4 counts included conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights. In a Saturday Mea Culpa podcast interview with Michael Cohen, Trump's former personal attorney, Conway, an outspoken Trump critic and the estranged husband of former Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway, discussed the various cases against Trump and how Conway sees 2024 playing out regarding what cases he thinks will go to court before this year's presidential election. Conway noted that Trump could see a cruel summer in his election interference case in D.C., which has been delayed due to the former president's presidential immunity claim, if the decision is made in the next couple of weeks. I mean, it's being increasingly delayed because the D.C. Circuit is taking longer than one might have expected to issue its decision on Trump's claim of immunity. But that said, the worst case I think in terms of delay would be that the D.C. Circuit comes out with a decision in the next couple of weeks. And then they go straight up to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court decides the case by June and you have again a cruel summer for Donald Trump, Conway said. Newsweek has reached out to Conway via Society for the Rule of Law's email and Trump's spokesperson via email for comment. During his interview with Cohen, Conway said he believes the case will be tried by August at the latest. I think by August at the latest. I think this case is going to get tried before the fall. I firmly believe that it's highly unlikely that it's going to get delayed beyond that, he said. This is not the first time legal experts have pointed out the speed at which Trump's cases are being moved forward amid claims the former president is hoping to delay the various trials he is facing until after the election. While appearing on the Katie Phang show last month, Joyce Vance, a former U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Alabama during the Obama administration, was asked about the speed at which the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals has moved in ruling on Trump's presidential immunity claim. Vance pointed out that despite Trump's strategy of delay with some judges, she is seeing that the Supreme Court and the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals are hopeful in terms of moving the process forward. So I think this is the key question because Trump's overall strategy is one of delay. Get everything past the election. Hope that you win and you can resolve everything from the Oval Office in your favor. But what we are seeing now in Washington is very hopeful. To people who aren't lawyers, I think the speed at which courts move is mystifying. It's extremely slow. What we've seen in these last couple of weeks has been lightning speed out of both of these courts, she said. The Court of Appeals could release a decision on Trump's immunity claim in the coming weeks. The decision may then end up being appealed to the Supreme Court.